Alright, let's see what this brings us. We learned some new information. It's been on my mind ever since I came to, so I might as well use this opportunity. Ishin had referred to Feather as a necromancer, and while I have a vague idea what necromancy is, what would anyone need dragon blood for? Maybe some of these books can give me some answers. That's a good point. Why would you need dragon blood for necromancy? Am I short? Do I need a chair to reach books? This isn't really helping me much. It says here that dragon blood is a rare ingredient for some potions. What kind they left unspecified, and that necromancy had become a forbidden art dozens of years ago. So Feather was playing around with forbidden arts. Such a shocker. I know, right? Who would have thought? Who would have thought it?
Oh, good. You're both here. Sorry for interrupting your research, but we have things to discuss. Could you tell the others to gather in the library? I'll carry the potions upstairs in the meantime.
Potions, eh? With dragon blood, Mariko? Is that what you carry around your neck? Squinty eyes.
Okay, so I have some bad news and bad news.
Oh boy. There's always a catch somewhere, isn't there?
The first bad news is that the potions have a time limit. We need to drink them in less than an hour. Otherwise, they'll be as good as rainwater to us.
Okay. And the second bad news?
Is a little more tricky. It seems that we need to drink them in pairs to make them work properly.
Come again.
These potions are designed to work from stimulating interpersonal bonds. Shared memories are what make them tick, in a sense. Now, if we were to assume that we're all total strangers, this would probably get us nowhere. But considering we needed to get where we are somehow, I think it's safe to assume that we needed to stumble upon one another earlier, and know one another at least a little bit, no? We probably just don't remember it, like the rest of, well, anything.
In other words,
first of all, we decide on 3 pairs that we're going to stick with for this experiment. Second, each pair will settle somewhere. It's logical to assume that drinking the potions will put us in a state of sleep, or at least near sleep, so laying down beforehand would be advised. Conveniently, there seem to be enough usable beds around here, if everyone were to feel comfortable with the idea. And third of all, we drink the potions and see what happens. If we're lucky, we should be remembering things regarding ourselves and the other person we paired up with.
to be completely honest, that almost sounds like a scenario to a poorly written rated M novel. Who the hell comes up with this shit?
Oh, Shirr. I'm honestly starting to wonder what kind of places your mind wanders to all the time.
Piss off! Like you're one to talk. I don't want to hear that coming from someone who touches girls in their sleep.
I was checking Shirr's bandages. How many times do I need to...
Dear gods. Alright, enough. We're in a hurry, aren't we? If you want to argue, leave it for later. Are you sure these potions are safe for us to drink, Mariko?
Well, safe-ish. There were a couple of possible side effects listed in the book. Nothing worse than exhaustion or nausea, though. We should be fine.
I swear, this makes me puke all over the carpet. Kia! Yvonne, what happened? The best cat in the world happened. Gods, girl. Do you want me to go completely deaf? What is... Is that a cat? Music is so good.
No, it looks like some kind of chupacabra.
Foolish mortals, I am none of those things. I am Lord Mutic! Show some respect. Lord Mutic? Did you hit your head, child? Again?
Somebody, get me a knife and a bag.
We've all lost our memories, including Yvonne.
Is that so?
You're a...
Did you just summon me by mistake? I'm your summon spirit. Well, one of your summon spirits. But the others are not really worth mentioning. I'd count forgetting all about them as a blessing, child.
There's more. Wait, does that mean I'm a summoner?
Poor excuse for a summoner, more like. Let's be honest, you'd have more talent in napkin folding.
Napkin folding?
If you summoned me by mistake, then you probably don't know how to send me back either. I do hope you're going to figure it out in the next hour, tops. Ugh, what a bother. I'm not dealing with any of this. Good night.
Huh? What are you... my lord, wait, we still have questions for you.
You have questions and I don't feel like giving answers.
But... if you're my summoned spirit, aren't you supposed to obey me?
Am I? How bothersome. What's in it for me? I'm not in the mood.
Wow, that's harsh, man.
No kidding.
What did I tell you about the Spock girl? The goddamn Spock! Mariko looks down like,
Cycling purring effect intensifies. Purr.
She got manipulated into petting and scratching the evil beast. Hang in there, Yvonne. I hope we get to see Mutic more on Yvonne's route, because Mutic is awesome.
Okay, we're seriously starting to run out of time. And seeing that nobody really trusts anybody here quite yet, to make things fair, I propose this. We have a deck of cards that I happened to find earlier. We'll take out a king, a queen, a jack, a 10, a 9, and an 8. That's one card for each of us.
Behold.
There we go. Whoever draws the highest card, the king, will get to decide who they want to pair up with first. That will establish the first pair. Then the second highest, the queen, gets to choose next, and so on.
I take it the trick here is for the cards to remain hidden until they are summoned? The person with the king isn't supposed to know what card everyone else has, right?
That's right. Things would be more fair that way, don't you think? If the king happens to choose the person that had the queen, the person with the jack gets to choose second instead. There are 6 of us, so the remaining pair would be decided on its own after that.
Fair enough.
It's not that complicated, is it? Did everyone understand that? Any questions or complaints?
So we leave it all up to Lady Luck and the whims of 2 people. Alright. Kind of a stupid way to do this, but sure, why not? I think it's a good way. Otherwise, we'd probably keep fighting about it. I second that. Let's do this.
Apris?
You guys do what you want. I'm staying out of it. I'll let you decide who pairs up with whom on your own, because I couldn't care less.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, I'm sure.
Suit yourself. I suppose the smallest card leaves the pile, then.
I need to get some fresh air. I'll be outside.
Okay.
Someone woke up on the wrong side of the bed today. And every day for a week.
Oh, and before we get started, I do hope nobody will try tampering with the cards, because I'm gonna do that. Yes, Shirr, it's not just your imagination. I am looking at you.
What? Fine, fine. My bad. You're unusually perceptive if you can tell, though. I'll give you that. I don't think usually anybody noticed. Or you've done it before yourself. Wait, you remember doing this kind of thing? I somehow remember that I used to, yeah. Though I have no idea with whom and why. I just recall the act itself. Does that mean you tended to gamble a lot? Hell if I know. Or could it be that you're familiar with illusions, maybe?
Well, it's a useful skill to have, regardless. As long as nobody can tell that you're trying to pull it off behind their backs, that is. That being said, I'll be keeping an eye on you from now on.
Joy of joys.
Alright, ready?
Wait, we established the system for this, but who gets to draw first?
Right. You're going to fight over this, aren't you? The potions don't have much time left. How about we decide it by age?
By age?
The oldest of the group will go first, and so on.
That's a great idea and all, but which person in this room does actually remember how old they are?
We can base it on appearance. To me, you look the oldest, Mariko. Not counting Apris, that is. Mariko looks the youngest.
Okay, fine. I'll get the remaining card.
So...
After Mariko, I'd say it's Yvonne, then Shirr, then me.
Ah, really? That kind of makes me both happy and angry. But okay, let's roll with this. No complaints on my side either, obviously. With that kind of combination, I get to draw first, after all.
Alright then. So it's Mariko, Yvonne, Shirr, and Shirr. I get the card that remains. Fair enough? Mariko, pick one.
It's time to choose a lucky number. I don't even remember which one I picked last time. It doesn't matter, as we've established. We'll take the middle one. Okay, let's see. Whoa, it's the king? What are the odds? Well, what do you know? I drew the king. That means I get to decide who I want to pair up with first. That makes me both happy and a little nervous. I have a tough decision to make. Indeed. Who do I want to trust my back with the most?
Does everyone know what card they drew? Well then, let the king speak up.
King here, reporting for duty. Guess Lady Luck is on your side today, huh?
It's Mariko's first choice, then. I tell you to think about it, but we're short on time.
Indeed.
Besides, I bet you already have someone in mind, don't you?
I do.
Who would you like to pair up with?
The lovely Miss Yvonne. I'd like to pair up with Yvonne. Huh? Me? Is that a problem? No, not at all. I'm just a little surprised. But in a good way. I simply didn't think... Thank you for having me.
Alright then, we have our first lucky pair.
Alright, Mariko was more than okay with us picking Yvonne.
Who has the queen?
I do.
Sure.
I want to pair up with you.
Really, sure? After all that slapping?
Alright.
With Mariko? Really? I kind of got the impression that you two weren't on the best of terms, so... Plot twist! Indeed. Also, this kind of sucks. That means I'm stuck with Mr. Grumpy Pants now. I'm so looking forward to that.
You should be safe with him, at least.
Why? Because he looks strong?
Mr. Apris probably just has a hard time expressing himself. Don't let that discourage you, Miss Shirr.
Yeah, that makes me feel so much better. Okay, well that's an interesting combination of pairs we got this time.
Alright, so... It's Mariko with Yvonne, Shirr and I, and Shirr with Apris. We're running out of time, so let's all take the potions and follow the plan. We'll see each other in a bit.
How long are we going to be out?
A few hours at most, I'd presume.
Presume? So you don't know?
The recipe wasn't very specific about it.
This is getting more and more shady by the minute.
They're safe to drink, I can assure you of that.
Are they?
Okay, listen. I'm just trying to get my memories back. It unnerves me that I can't remember anything myself. I offered you all the chance to join me in on this plan from the goodness of my heart. It's up to you if you want to trust me or not. To be frank, I don't really care what you decide to do. So if you'll excuse me, I'd like to drink these before they turn bad.
Mic drop.
Come on, Shirr.
Well, good luck to you guys. I'm gonna go poke Apris and see what he makes of all this. Poor Apris. He gets stuck with Shirr. Shirra, I mean. Did not see Shirr and Mariko teaming up. Whoa! This is a nice room. Okay, so we're in a different bedroom altogether.
Is this the room we're staying in?
I'm not about to complain.
Me neither. It's so cozy in here.
Rooms aside, what are your thoughts on this whole potion thing, Yvonne?
Mr. Mariko does seem to mean well, doesn't he? I think he really just wants to help us out.
That's a bit of a careless approach.
You don't trust him then? So, you don't want us to drink the potions?
Do you?
I would put my faith in Mr. Mariko and take the risk, yes. But it's up to you, Miss Mariko. I'll go along with your decision.
Spark, girl! Show some spark! Shirr, get out of here. Alright. I am gonna save. Because I can. And I want to take the risk. Because I want to see if the potions work this time around. Get some more information that way. Let's take the risk then.
All right. What's the worst that could happen, right?
Do you really want me to answer that question?
But we'll be fine. I'm positive.
You know, saying such things with a straight face might be a tad more convincing. Poor Yvonne, she's trying. Let's hope this is going to end well.
Cheers, Miss Mariko.
Yvonne, wait! Didn't Mariko tell us to lie down first?
Oh, right. He did, didn't he? Silly me. No harm done. I can always...
Oh, boy. Hey, watch out! Oh, seriously. Yvonne. You should appreciate my reflexes, Yvonne. Now, if you would be so kind to get off of me... Achoo! Damn, these rugs are dusty. Yvonne? Yeah, she's out. I swear. Can we lift her onto the bed? Girl, just how much do you weigh? Guess we don't have them sick gains. Oh dear. There, she's on the bed. I suppose I should join her and drink this potion as well. I'm not going to go back on my word and betray her trust. Especially when Yvonne took that leap of faith first. I was gonna say, are we gonna get the choice to, like, be all, well, she's out. There's no reason for me to take the potions now. No matter how careless I think all of this is. Ugh, this smells horrible. You shouldn't have smelled it, girl. Just drink it like Yvonne did. Ugh. And tastes even worse. Heavens help me. I really hope this is going to be worth it. Let's see.
Miss Mariko. Wakey, wakey, Miss Mariko.
Oh. Hello? Yvonne?
Good morning. Well, it's still night outside, so I guess it should be good evening, but...
Good nothing. Gods, my head. I feel horrible.
I don't feel well either.
And yet you're so cheerful. Did you remember anything?
Sadly, I didn't.
Me neither. So...
How unfortunate. I was hoping we could remember something. Especially when... Perhaps the potions didn't work?
I really don't know. Well, we can worry about that later. Let's go see how everyone else is doing. Okay, so the potions didn't work for us. Did it work for Mariko and Shirr? I'm 100% positive Apris and Shirr did not take potions. Seems nobody's here yet. Are we the first to wake up?
It seems so. Or maybe everyone already went somewhere else.
I'll go check if Apris and Shirr aren't still out in the courtyard by any chance.
Oh dear. I hope they're not. It was really cold outside. But all right, I'll go check if anyone's in the library then.
Splitting up, you two? I see my hunch was right. Yo, I'm hoping your pair-up turned out better than mine did. Is it that bad? That guy is like a rock. I'm unable to engage in a normal conversation with him. He refused to drink the potions, and hey, that's something we both agreed on at least. Oh, you're admitting that right from the get-go. But anything more than that, he's been mostly staring off into space this whole time. Didn't you think about coming back inside? It's cold out here. I did go back, but then I got bored, so here I am again. Besides, the cold doesn't bother me as much. I believe I have more layers on than any of you. Miss Mariko? What is it? I found something in the library. You found the note this time. Oh, right. It was laying on the table. What the hell is that? There's something written on it.
There's a soul stone hidden somewhere in this mansion. It's your key to getting out of here. Find it. FF.
Fena Falanche? These initials. Could it be? We should let everyone else see this, shouldn't we? Let's wait for Shirr and Mariko to wake up. Okay. Hey, Alpris, get over here! Interesting.
You found this here?
Yes, it says something about a soul stone.
Who wrote this?
Okay, first things first. Everybody calm the hell down. Let us go over the facts. Someone had to write this note and place it here, meaning that it must have been somebody from our little group of 6. Either that, or there's still someone else in this mansion, whose presence we're not aware of. Until proven otherwise, we're going to stick to the we're alone theory. Yvonne was the one to find this note here on her own, yeah? That automatically makes her the main suspect. She could have written it herself, claiming that she found it. However, I'd like to point out that anyone could have done it. Weren't we all in pairs this whole time, though? Shirr is right. Of course I am. Just take a moment to think about it. Apris and I didn't drink the potions and stayed out in the courtyard. But I did leave for a moment. I went upstairs to check our bedroom and then came back shortly after. I think it barely took a minute or two, but that still leaves both Apris and me with enough time to visit the library without anybody noticing.
I didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, we can take your word for it, but that's not actual proof, you know. Mariko and I, we didn't drink the potions either. What? You didn't drink the potions? But, Mariko? That was the whole point. What? Yeah, I'm with Shirr on this. Wait, you didn't?
I wasn't about to force her into it.
We stayed in our bedroom the whole time and didn't split up for even a second. What are you guys doing in there?
What Shirr said.
Okay. So you wanted to pair up with Mariko, but you didn't want to drink the potions with him. Yes, how is that weird? Considering he's the one who came up with the whole plan, you knew he was first in line to execute it, so yes, I do think that's a little weird.
See, go ahead and tell her how you're being a nuisance to me on purpose.
Oh, what gave it away? Ooh. Oh boy, is that what's happening here?
Just trust women to hold some weird grudges against you.
Oh my goodness, Shirr, seriously? You're getting back at him for the whole wound thing by like, I'm gonna drink potions with you. Blech. I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
Can we just drop this?
Well, I couldn't have written the note either. Yvonne was with me this whole time, right up until we split up in the hall and I went out to the courtyard to check up on you. Didn't you two drink the potions, though? We did. Neither Yvonne or I managed to remember anything, though. Meaning that drinking these awful-smelling potions got you nowhere. Failed plan, dude.
Such an observation! Thank you kindly for rubbing that into my face.
Either way, You claim that you were asleep the whole time, but how can either you or Yvonne be sure of that when you've been asleep? If you were out cold, then you don't know if the other person has been asleep the whole time as well, no matter what they claim. There's also the possibility that the culprit isn't a single person. For all we know, it might have been a pair working together. And that makes just about everyone suspicious. Holy shit, what if I'm the only one who doesn't know what's actually going on here? Are all of you guys faking your amnesia and laughing behind my back?
Paranoid much?
But whoever wrote this note is trying to help us, right? Shouldn't we be thankful for that? Yeah, this is something I don't get. Unless it's some kind of trap. Either way, it's a clear sign that at least one person in this room knows more than they actually let on. If you ask me, Yvonne's the most suspicious one. Me? You were the first at the scene of the crime. And your whole innocent acting is shady as hell. Acting? Don't you think referring to a piece of paper as a crime is pushing it a bit? You know what I mean. Just so it's out there. I feel like I should know what a soulstone is, or does, but it's on the tip of my mind. Oh? I'll let you know if I remember anything. That's not helpful at all. I have another question. Does anybody have an idea what the initials FF might mean? Feather Phalange is just screaming at the top of my mind. But I feel like pointing that out will make me only more suspicious in everyone's eyes. I'll keep that to myself, at least for the time being. The only thing that comes to my mind should be censored, so I won't even say it out loud. Is the court dismissed for the time being, then? What do we want to do next? Are we going to search for this soulstone? We don't even know what it looks like, or how big it's supposed to be. Where do we even start? This mysterious stranger should have given us some kind of clue, at least. Well, we need to start somewhere. Somebody pointed out to me in the comments that maybe the soulstone is part of Mariko's necklace. I need to take a closer look at that again. Should we stick in pairs just like we did up until now? That sounds like the most reasonable thing to do. So we shall. Miss Mariko, you believe me, don't you? That I didn't write that note? I do, 'cause you were out. I don't believe it was Yvonne. I believe you, Yvonne. Don't worry, I'm not suspicious of you. Thank you. That means a lot to me. Of course, I never suspected you of being the one behind it either. And even if you were, whoever wrote that note clearly wants to help us, so I don't see how it's a bad thing. The problem isn't with the note itself. It's about who's lying about not remembering anything. So if they are hiding the fact but want to help us despite that, it's still bad? That's an interesting thing to point out. Should we look for that soulstone in the library? I suppose we might as well. Let me guess. Apples wants to go back to the courtyard.
Yes.
Well, I'm staying inside this time.
I'm going back to the basement. To me, it seems like the first logical place to search in.
You think?
You can stay with Shirr for all I care. I've had enough of your whining.
Woo. Woo. Mariko. Ouch. Do you want to talk about it? Not really. But I wouldn't mind some less annoying company if you'll have me. Goodness gracious, what is happening here? Yeah, okay, there we go. Her necklace. I mean, it's a stone. Could be the soul stone. Who knows? I don't know what a soul stone looks like. So, a soul stone should probably look like a stone, right? I believe so. I do hope it's not hidden somewhere in a fake book or something. Finding the right one would take ages with the amount of books this place has. I don't know why, but Whenever I think about a soul stone, I have this image of an amber stuck inside of my head.
An amber?
Yes, only with a lot more colors than a normal amber has. Like a rainbow inside of a glass bottle.
That's a weird way of describing it. But I suppose I can somewhat picture what you have in mind. Alright, we'll hunt for that. Are you guys talking about rainbows? Should I ask? Oh my goodness, Shirr. Either way, come over to the hall. I managed to find something.